know you all are thinking that you are mascara experts because many of us have been wearing it since our young teens, but I have some mistakes today that we all are making that can be slightly tweaked to give us the most amazing full looking lashes. The first mistake you're doing is you are not combing through your lashes first with a clean spoolie. I know you're probably like, well, geez, that's really basic, Marlena. I know you all aren't doing it because I haven't been doing it. I have to consciously make myself do it. You have to take a clean spoolie, and no matter whether you put makeup on yet or not, you want to comb through them to really fluff them out. You're going to have dust. They're going to be kind of smushed from when you slept, so they're kind of like hanging off the side. You really want to prep those lashes just by fluffing them up and separating. So I take a clean spoolie brush and I start at the base and I really swiggle and sweep it. I want them to be separated as much as possible. I promise you it's going to make a difference once you put your mascara on top if you really prep your lashes ahead of time. I also like to comb the top as well, just to make sure there's no foundation stuck on there, no dust, and really just fluff them up and separate them. Next mistake you're making is you're not curling your lashes. Some of us do, but some of us don't. There was a time period where I didn't, you guys, but it's really important. I want to show you just what happens with your lashes when you curl them. I really like this one by Refer. It is phenomenal. They have two different shapes depending on how wide or narrow your eye is. So I do like they have different sizes of lash curler. So I start at the base and I really just hold it, and then I move it up and hold it again. And then I move it up at the tip and then hold it again. Look at my lashes on this side compared to this side. Do you guys see it? Just by curling them. Don't skip it, it's important. Next mistake you guys are making is you're using old clumpy mascara. If it is older than 6 months old and it's been opened and used, you've got to toss it, you guys. Now, if it's less than 6 months old and you feel like it's just dried out a little bit, you can take some eye drops or saline solution and put a couple drops in there, put the wand in and mix it up. But honestly, you guys, if it is dried out and you know that it's more than 6 months old, you just need to replace it. You don't want to get eye infections and things like that. So if your mascara is clumpy, time to toss it out. The next mistake you're making is you're choosing the wrong mascara wand. This is so important, you guys. Okay, now as a product developer, I have worked on a lot of mascaras, you guys, for years. I have been product developing for over 15 years. I've worked with several labs around the world on mascaras. The most important thing about mascara is really not even the formula, and even manufacturers have told me this. It is the wand, especially the wand paired with that formula. I have two popular mascaras. I have this one here, which is Lancome Lashy Doll. It is a plastic wand. On this side, I have L'Oreal Voluminous, and that is a traditional spoolie. Depending on what type of lash that you have, you're gonna want either plastic or traditional spoolie. If you are like me and you have very fine lashes, like my lashes are very long, you guys, but the actual texture of my lash is very thin and wispy. If I use a plastic wand on that, it's going to deposit too much product and it's gonna make my lashes stick together and look like a wet dog, basically. It's almost like your hair texture, you guys. Like even my hair texture is fine. Do you see how wispy that is? If I was to put a bunch of hair oil in my hair, it's gonna look stringy and not full and voluminous at all. But someone else who may have thicker texture hair, if they put oil in their hair, it's going to look soft, shiny, voluminous, but I can't do that because my texture is very wispy and fine. So study your lash type, you guys. If you have very thin, wispy lashes, you need to choose a traditional spoolie wand. So let me show you some of my favorite ones. L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. You guys know I love that one. We also have Dior Show. This is a bit bigger of a wand, but do you see how it's a traditional spoolie? It's a brush. It's not plastic. Oh, another one of my favorite is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Love this one. This is a smaller wand. Look how skinny that wand is, but again, it's a traditional spoolie. This one's probably my favorite right now because I can really get at the base of the lashes. That's our next step I'll show you. Another crowd favorite is also the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is a traditional spoolie wand as well, but it has a unique shape to it. Do you see how it's kind of curved? It's like an hourglass shape. It doesn't really matter the shape, it matters the type of brush. Traditional spoolies work great for fine hair lashes. Now, if your hair texture is thicker, but maybe your lashes are short and stubby. Maybe you have like really thick lashes. They're not super fine and wispy, but you need something for lengthening and you really need it to be darkened. Then a better option is going to be a plastic wand. So Lash Idol by Lancome is an amazing plastic wand. You get up close so you guys can see it. It's kind of curved and bent, but can you see how it's plastic? Plastic wands hold more formula, so it's going to deposit a lot of product, which if your lashes are denser and thicker, it can handle that that product. I can't do plastic ones because my hairs are like little baby spider legs and it weighs them down and they just stick. It looks like I have 5 little spokes coming out of my eyeball. It's not flattering, you guys. It's not working. Another great mascara for a plastic one is the Givenchy one. That's a great plastic one. Comes kind of a cone shape like that. A lot of people really like the Thrive mascara because the formula is a fiber-based one. There's the Thrive one. So those would be some great options. Again, I'll list some options in the comments below of my favorite mascaras that I've tested because I've tested hundreds of mascaras over the years, you guys. I'm going to combine a couple of mascaras. Actually, I'm going to start with a Tarte and then I end up with a Dior Show, which will take us into our next step. The next mistake that you are making is you are not applying your mascara correctly. So I'm going to show you what I do. So you want to try to find a one that's a little bit small. That's why I like the Tarte one a lot. Do you see how skinny that is compared to the Dior? And you can mix your mascaras, you guys. Okay, do you see the size of Dior versus Tarte? I'm going to start with the Tarte one, and I always want to apply most of the product at the base of your lash. So get in at the base of your lash, close to the lash line, swiggle and sweep. The mistake that a lot of us are making is we're just coating all the way up. You want most of the product to be at the base. If you put too much product at the tip of the lashes, it's going to make it look clumpy. It's not going to make them look fluffy and full. You want the product to be at the base of the lash. Then what's left, just gently pull it up to the top. So my swiggle and sweep method I've been doing since 2008. You guys have been teaching this a long time. Swiggle, sweep, swiggle, sweep. And then I just kind of take what's left and then I can start to brush out what's left on the lashes. Do you see how my lash line is dark, but the tip of my lashes aren't super heavy or clumpy? Now, while it's still wet, then I switch in with a little bit bigger wand. This is the Dior Show. And this is where I put on my next coat, same technique, swiggle, sweep. And because this is a bigger wand, my second coat is really going to fluff up the lashes. Look how insane that is, you guys. Look at those lashes. Can you see that? It just makes them look super voluminous and dark. Look at that compared to this side. No mascara, mascara. Look how dark and fluffy and full they are. Next mistake you're doing is you're applying too much formula or too dark of a color on the lower lash line. So we have two options here. You can take a mascara that's a little bit drier and smaller, like the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, or you can get a brown color. A lot of makeup artists will do this where they'll do black on the top, they'll do dark brown mascara on the bottom. It makes the lashes look thicker, but not so dark and heavy to where it's gonna make your eyes look like you're tired. So I'm gonna use the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes even though this is black, because for me, I have dark eyes, so I'm not too worried about looking too heavy here, but I do just the slightest bit of product like that. See how I'm not using much at all? I'm just doing one stroke, so I don't ever double dip or do 2 coats on my lower lashes because I just want to define them. I don't want them to be too heavy, something like that. And I can even take my fingers sometime and kind of pull off some of the product so it's just very lightweight. And now my eyes don't look too dark or heavy. But if you have really light features, you guys, try the trick of getting a brown mascara and a black. Do the brown on bottom, the black on top. The last mistake that you're doing is you're not setting your lashes to make sure that they doesn't melt throughout the day. So I have 2 options for you guys. If you live in a hot, humid environment or you have really oily skin, you have to lock down your face with a setting spray. You're just gonna miss this all over the face. And even on your lashes, close your eyes really good. It's gonna lock down that mascara to make it last a lot longer. You could also use waterproof mascara. That will help it last longer. But also, last trick that I do is after I apply my mascara, I take just a tiniest little bit of loose powder and a sponge. And I mean tiny bit, you guys, because we don't want to get cakey and thick. I pick up some on the sponge, just the slightest bit, and I come under the eyes and I just do one last little dab of powder right there under the lashes. Try not to touch the lashes. It's going to make sure I don't have oil under here and that the mascara isn't going to transfer, and just keep it nice and clean under there. And then again, got to lock it down with setting spray if you live in a hot, humid environment. Try these mascara hacks and let me know if they work for you, and come back next week for another makeup video.